you have to prepare the payroll first, or you need to have your payroll so that whatever you're filing is corresponding with what you have in your payroll. So maybe, and then there's a case where you don't have a system payroll, but you have you can use an Excel to prepare the payroll. You can use Excel to prepare the payroll. You can see Juliet is struggling to join, so you can wait. Then you have to prepare the payroll in Excel. You have to prepare the payroll in Excel. So if you check my records here, this is the payroll. So if I click this payroll, you can see how I have arranged my payroll. So I have up to June. That is my logical of arranging it. You can even arrange in the way that you understand, So we will come later and do this, but now, so before you arrange your payroll in this manner, you need to know first, how do I calculate the statutory deduction, that is pay, NSF, and other statutory deduction using Excel. So maybe I can open an Excel here. I don't want to interfere with the payroll. I have it here. I just need to open an Excel. I can just say for training. Just rename this, say for training purpose. Okay, so let me open it. So a simple payroll, they have the payroll number, and then we got the name. Some companies might want you to differentiate this person is from which department. This person, it is from which department, or the title of the employee. But in our case, it is not necessary. What is necessary for us is the PIN, the payroll number. If it happens that you don't have the database, then you can capture the ID, the KRA PIN, and the safe number, but you must have the database for that. You can even ask the HR if you are the HR, because most accountants, they are HR again. So you have that database. So after the name, what we need is the basic pay. So after basic pay, you now have the allowance, maybe the transport allowance, transport allowance. After the transport allowance, let us assume we just have this one transport, then we arrive at the gross pay. So gross pay is basically the basic plus the allowance, so that we have the gross pay. Then from here now, we bring the statutory deduction, which are allowable for tax purpose. So which are these? We have NSSF, we have housing levy, we have SHA, and then you might even have the pension. If you have the pension, because some of employees, they are contributing to the pension, so you'll also have some pension. So these one are allowed for the allowable deduction, or yes, allowable deduction. So from the gross, if you subtract all these, we get what is called the taxable pay. We get a taxable pay. I should remove the color. We get the taxable pay. So from this taxable pay is the one now we can be able now to compute pay. So we'll be able to compute our pay as you earn once we have this. And then once you deduct this one, you'll also deduct year again. So you just repeat. So also you'll have to copy this and paste on the other side. We have maybe there is other deductions. We might have other deductions like loan, help. So that then here we'll have total deduction. So our main interest is not the arrangement, but the calculation. You will arrange yours as per your organization policies or how vile you are reporting person want to see in a every person has some kind of arrangement. So, but for this, it's just as simple for everyone. Then we got the net pay. We got the net pay. So the net pay is the gross minus the total deduction. Is the gross minus the total deduction. So we are trying to automate this payroll in such a way that it will calculate for us everything. Now we have done putting the elements of the payroll. Now let's assume we have the payroll number 1, we have number 2, and we have number 3. The name I will use ABC, and then basic, this one I'll use 60,000. You can see it is popping up where it is. It has to it which where there has been linked. Then this one we are paying 30,000. At this one we are paying 12,000. So what I will have is just to drag my formula down. Here I will drag my formula down. The same case with this, I will say this minus the sum of all these, and then enter, accept, and then drag it down. Now, so we want to start with the calculating the one which is very easy. Dennis, what is the rate of SHA?
2.75.
That is good. What other information do we need for SHA apart from that rate?
You know that the maximum or the minimum limit for share is 300 shillings.
Is 300 shilling, yeah.
I think
So yes,
exactly.
we have rate of 2.5, 2.75%. That's good, and we have the set limit, the lower limit of 300. So if you are running a salary of 5,000, if you multiply 5,000 by 2.75, it will be below 300. That's why they had to set up that limit of 300. So I will incorporate that formula here. I will say equals, then I will have to use the if statement. I hope you have learned that. You learned that back in when you were doing the computer packages about the if formula. So I will say if this value, which is the gross pay, if I multiply by 2.75%, if I get the value being more than 300, that is the set lower limit, comma, what do I want Excel to do for me? That's why we have been told value if true. So I want Excel to give me that 7.25% of that. So I want Excel, if it is true, I want Excel to take that 2.75 multiply by that gross value, or else if it is, or else here, if it is not more than 3, if it is not more than 300, then we need Excel to give us a set limit of 300. We need Excel to give us a set limit of 300, enter. So, and then drag it down. So this is your SHA. You can see it is reducing this one. Housing levy, that one 7.5%, 1.5%. This one we don't have the set limit or whatever. So your gross, calculate that one. What about pension? Pension is it depends with how much are you contributing. Maybe you are contributing, remember for pension, it is a willing contribution or a voluntary contribution. You can contribute more, even to 30,000. The current set limit for the pension is 30,000, for the current finance bill 2025. And remember that one has been also effected. But previously it was 20,000. So if you don't need to put anything more than 30,000. So maybe you are contributing 10,000. Another person here is not contributing. This one is contributing 5,000. So it depends. It is not a mandatory. Now, so we are remaining with NSSF. We are remaining with NSSF. The rate for NSSF, you can get all this information if you go to online, and then there's a software called RN software.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me, please.
Yes, I can't hear you.
When you are trying to elaborate on the rates of share and affordable housing layer, I think there was a problem with the network. Maybe if you can just brush there a little bit, please.
For SHA, we said SHA we take 2.75 of the gross pay.
Yes.
But the Department of SHA has set a set limit, or the organization can set limit of 300. So you cannot contribute less than 300. For instance, a person being paid 5,000, if you take that multiply by that, it will be less than 3,000. So they have to set a set limit. So if you are using Excel, you'll have to say, if the gross amount, which is this one, multiply by 2.75 is giving me the value which is greater than that, then I need that value. That's why I say, comma, take 2.75 multiply by that value. So that one will give you the share. That is the first option. The second option, if it is less than, then the Excel will return for me the set limit, which is 300. So that's what we said. And for housing levy is just 1.5% of the gross pay.
Okay.
Now, for NSSF, you need all this information. You have to be knowing of it, because you might go to an interview, you'll be asked all this information. So, cause a kazi tuna juu ya rate. So now NSSF, we have 6%, and then we got tier 1 and tier 2. So tier 1 and tier 2 ni una contribute mpaka ngapi? So we have the upper limit of 72,000 and then we have the maximum contribution of 43.20. So this is for SHA, for NSF. So anybody who is earning above 72,000, you'll have to contribute a maximum of 43.20. But tier 1 and tier 2, it depend on you are contributing this amount to which insurance company. So maybe you are contributing tier 1. Tier 1 is a mandatory, you contribute to NSSF. But tier 2, you can contribute to any insurance company. That's why they have to divide tier 1 and tier 2. But if your company or the company you are working or your client doesn't have other employees contributing to different insurance company, then you can combine it here. There is no need to separate tier 1 and tier 2. You can combine. And here are the rates. If you go to the online, search a website called the RN software calculator or pay software, you will get all those rates. So if we click this software here, you come to tax rates. If you click tax rates, we can't have the NSF, which it is here. We have been told that one, we are looking for the rate. So this is the rate, 6%. The tier 1 is from 8,000 up. Tier 1 is from 0 to 8,000. That one is the 8,000 or whatever from 0 to 8,000 multiplied by 6%. That one is a mandatory. You contribute to NSSF. And then tier 2 now is from that 8,001 to 72, the upper limit. That one, any amount here, you can contribute to the other insurance company. So this was the previous previous period, but remember this rate keep on changing. So the currently we are using this. So this is the current, the one which we are using. So which mean you just need to come here and say equals if this value, if this multiply by 6%, because we are not separating tier 1 and tier 2, is more than the set limit, which is 4320, comma, I need Excel to give me that set limit of 4320. So if I take this multiply by 6%, if the any amount I'm getting is more than 4320, the set limit, that I need Excel to give me the set limit, comma. If it is not true, or if it is less than 4320, then I need Excel to give me that value. So I will say take that value, multiply by 6%, and then enter. So that one is there, and it's necessary for person earning that gross. So you will get all this now. So we are done with the calculation of the allowable deduction. We have this. Now let's impact on. So from here, you don't need to repeat yourself. What you can do, you just need to link this. You need to join Excel classes so that you learn how to do this thing very efficient. So I can just select Control R. These are the some of the formulas I'm teaching in advanced classes. So you also select down that one, or you can click Control D to copy down. So I've just referenced this one. Now we got remain with pay. So pay now, you have to bring in what is called the graduated scale. So the reason why I'm teaching you this, I want so that if I go direct to my payroll, you will understand how I've arrived at all these elements. Because to Kifika filing, it will be very easy. Click upload, click upload. So where there is a lot of challenge is to do this calculation. Now, how do we calculate pay? Pay is subject in a graduated scale. I know you did tax long time ago. Graduated scale. So when you are doing accounting, or there's unit which you need to master, regardless when kama ni ngumu ama kama sio ngumu, audit, tax and financial reporting. Hizo zingine management, accounting, sijui nini, financial management, so long as to get a pass. But audit, tax and financial reporting is the key. You will not miss that one in any industry. So now the tax graduated scale, we have 0 to, I can copy from the website. I don't need to write it. I can copy from that website, which we have it here. This is our tax rate on a monthly basis. This is it. I can copy here. So this is it. I don't want for this. Yeah, I don't want this.